It's a bad sign when you think that a guy like Troy Sachs is feeling it in the third possession of the game.
Mavericks by 4. We played about 2 minutes. And the steal. There's Sachs leading the break. And it's 8-2 just like that. He can really maneuver, Troy Sachs. And a little bit on the fired up side.
It works for him as it's evidenced.
And a foul, the illegal pick against Jeff Briel.
The same rules apply. Your position has to be established. If you're going to go up and set a pick, you need to be stopped. Very similar to that of stand-up play.
They're repairing the court right now. The metal plate which guards where the volleyball pole might go in this court. You see the extra lines on the floor. That's where the volleyball court is here at UAB. And the metal plate popped up. They fixed it, and we're back to live action. There's the turnovers already. Golden State with 3 in just 2.5 minutes of play.
That's right, and it's that swarming defense.
Lob inside, won't go.
Golden State has got to capitalize on each and every possession.
Gil to Sanchez. Count it, and the foul.
You can see both teams are a little fired up, Doug.
Pete Sanchez, a chance to complete the three-point play, makes it 8-4, a chance to cut that lead to 3.
Pete's been playing the game a long time, and if there's any player on this team that's appreciative of being in this Final Four, it's Pete. It's been a long road. This is their first appearance in the Final Four, and he knows he's getting a little long in the tooth, so this is a happy time for Pete Sanchez.
There you saw the score. We played 3 minutes. And again, Sachs off the mark. Trooper Johnson on the other end. And Golden State cuts it to 1.
We spent a lot of time talking about transition for the Dallas team, but let's not forget, Golden State has made a living off of transition as well.
Inside it goes. Tree Waller and Sachs off the mark. Rebound to Reggie Cotton. Sachs again.
Sachs is present, definitely known inside. He's hit from the outside, made a few shots inside. That's what's going to happen.
Trooper Johnson off the mark, but the offensive board for Golden State. And Gill with a hoop. It's 10-9.
Chuck Gill, the steady Eddie of Golden State's not going to get too far out of his comfort zone. He knows his limits. He's around the basket in the right place at the right time.
Sachs behind the back. Again, Dallas getting a lot of rebounds, but their shots won't fall.
Like that, baby! Come on, baby!
You see the size advantage. Jump ball. Arrow goes away of Golden State.
The reason for that call, Doug, is that Darryl Waller went over right in the middle of all that action and aggressive play. Whenever there's a player down on the floor to protect himself, they're going to call that play.
We'll be back. Mavericks on top by 1.
This spring will sizzle in Georgia when the ACC invades Atlanta for 3 days of championship action. Don't miss one long jump, home run, hole-in-one, or ace when the ACC crowns its spring champions. Women's Softball Championship, Saturday at 6 on Fox Sports South. Fox Sports South puts on the squeeze. College baseball's toughest conference shows its stuff when the Rising Commodores meet the mighty Gamecocks. Vanderbilt versus South Carolina, Saturday at 3 on Fox Sports South.
Hi, Chuck. Here's lunch.
Thanks.
How's business?
Not bad. Yours?
It's okay. Hey, what's that on your screen?
Oh, that. QuickBooks accounting software from the makers of Quicken. I called a toll-free number and got a free trial version.
My system works fine for me.
That's what I thought. But if you have bills to pay or customers who owe you money, you really ought to try this.
Yeah, I really don't have time to learn new software.
Well, if you can write a check, you can use QuickBooks. Answer a few questions, and it tailors itself to your business. Now I create invoices like these.
Yeah, but my business is so different from yours.
Ah, but that's what makes QuickBooks so great. It's the #1 software for any small business. It has accounts payable, accounts receivable, even payroll and inventory, and you never have to enter information twice. There's over 60 customizable reports that put you in control. Know if you're making or losing money.
Sounds pretty good. I'm going to get that free trial version.
Nothing to lose.
Call 1-800-253-8005.
There's a 4-second violation as opposed to 3 seconds in the lane. 13:42 on the clock as you look at sacks.
I think one thing that the audience is probably noticing right away, that this is a very rough sport. You've seen players hit the deck already. They're getting in there muscling just like they're used to seeing, but I'm not sure the audience expected such contact in wheelchair ball.
Waller the miss. He's had several open looks. Trooper Johnson wide open for the breakaway. Just like that, it's a 3-point game.
They're going to make Trooper work up and down both ends. They're going to try to tire him out.
Again, another close shot off the mark for Dallas.
Steve Welch with the ball right now is one of the most talented last players in the game as well. Having Troy Sachs and Steve Welch on the team is probably likened to having Magic and Bird on the same team.
Here comes Sanchez. Golden State hanging in. We played about 7 minutes. Gill inside. That was blocked by Waller. They call him Tree, and you can understand why after that block.
That's right. Chuck Gill should have thought about that one.
Good passing inside. Count it, and the foul. Reggie Colton. That was Reggie, a young man from Wildwood, Florida. And these players are not necessarily from the Dallas area. They are recruited in this division to come and play for their respective teams. As you look at Reggie, and for this Dallas squad, they're the cream of the crop.
Dang it!
Another miss by Tree Waller, getting a bit frustrated with himself. He's missed several close shots. Johnson off the mark. It's 18-15.
Trooper Johnson's concentration factor. He just took one of the biggest, most active big men in the game to the hole. Didn't get intimidated from it. Kept his concentration and put it in. Another transition mistake.
Waller.
Oh, going both ways.
Back to Stephen Welsh. Welsh lays it in. 5-point game. We played 8 minutes. Golden State basketball.
This pace right now is definitely going to work for the Dallas Mavericks. Their bench is larger, their depth is deeper, and they're doing just what they want to do to Golden State.
The Warriors don't have a deep bench. Could be a problem early on. They're hanging tough.
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity. There's something I think you should know.
A word can point you in many directions, depending on what it means. That's why Bell South is here to help you find your way. We have the people, the knowledge, the expertise to guide you through new technology, to solutions that work for you. Always with answers that keep you and your words connected. Because a word can have many meanings, but it means nothing until it's shared. Bell South.
Perched upon 10 inches of pressed dirt, men with fire in their hearts and cannons for arms stand and deliver. Baseballs explode from their fingertips. They are infallible. They are gods among men. Until they hang a curve. Then they are
The Lucky 13 Orioles battle the high-hitting White Sox on Fox Sports Net's Baseball Thursday. Thursday at 8 on Fox Sports South.
Welcome back, everybody. Accommodations for this event have been provided by the Winfrey Hotel, the official tournament hotel for the 49th National Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. What a nice place to stay, and what a nice player Troy Sachs is. He was the 1996 Paralympic MVP, led Australia to the gold medal, 42 points in that game.
I think that was probably the premier performance I've seen by a Paralympic player in my day.
That's saying something, because you've seen some good performances through the years.
I certainly have. I've never seen a one-man take over as Troy did against the United States and Great Britain.
Tree Waller inside, and again it's in and out. And Trooper Johnson on the break. No whistle. Welsh bringing it back up. Set it up.
Big men go into the hole. They got to keep those guys out of there.
Dominating the glass, the Dallas Mavericks. Tree Waller with the easy one. 7-point lead, their biggest lead.
Composure. Now Dallas trying to step things up even more by going into a full court press.
Gill.
Steve Wells doing an excellent job on defense down there. Both times in transition, both Golden State players thought he was going to get fouled. Steve pulled away right at the last second.
Troy Sachs makes it a 9-point lead. That's the largest of the game for Dallas. And you sense they're starting to roll.
Yeah, they're so dangerous in terms of the number of points they can reel off at one time.
There's the violation.
If I'm not mistaken, Doug, that's about the 6th or 7th turnover for Golden State already. That's not going to get it done.
Welsh in the inbounds play. We've played 10 minutes, and the lob inside to Waller. Sanchez reaches up, steals it away, and the foul. Called against Reggie Colton of Dallas.
Two good friends on the court in the heat of battle, having a few words out there. Reggie Colton and Trooper Johnson. But they're very close. Whatever they say out there is going to stay out there.
Sanchez with the basketball.
See this defense starting to tighten up.
Looking inside, working his way inside. Gill wide open. Gets it to fall.
Those are the kind of shots they have to get. Good looks, good percentage shots. And they got to have some defensive stops.
Dish inside. Good passing. Golden State basketball.
I tell you, any loose ball that goes in the middle, we're seeing a lot of aggressive play in there, Doug. Two very proud teams on the floor right now.
Trooper Johnson has some room to roam right now. He's been shaded closely by Stephen Welsh. Gill, good pass to Johnson. 24-19.
Now that's the kind of game where Golden State will shine again. Using each other, working together in a good team format.
Here's Welsh.
And conversely, with the Dallas team, a lot of individual skills out here. Air ball by Stephen Welsh. Chuck Gill pulling a defense out into the corner on this replay, and then boom, a no-looker underneath to his favorite assist completer, Trooper Johnson.
That's a pretty play.
Another turnover.
And Welsh back on the attack for Dallas.
Get it up
for
high to the
Sachs.
big man.
26-19.
Troy Sachs shooting a great percentage for this first half so far. I believe he's only missed a shot or two so far.
Trooper Johnson breaks the pressure. 8 minutes to play, first half, off the glass. Trooper Johnson.
These guys aren't going to back down. You give Trooper Johnson the opportunity to get a good look at the basket. 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock it down.
They're the two roommates, Stephen Welsh, Troy Sachs. Looking inside. Reggie Colton lays it in. You see the size advantage Dallas has.
Size advantage. That was close to a 4-second call inside the lane there, but Reggie was able to convert on just good positioning and a lack of height by Golden State. See what Stevie Welch's job is to shadow Trooper Johnson and make it difficult on him.
Doing a nice job. Trooper with the basketball.
Is. There's a good look, I'm telling you.
String music for Trooper Johnson, the only player in the United States to be selected to the last 10 United States teams.
I've been a teammate of Trooper Johnson, and I'll tell you what, my assist total went up big time when I was playing on the floor with him.
5-point game. Just when it appeared that Dallas was on a roll, Golden State is hanging tough. 7:06 on the clock, 5-point game. Troy Sachs urging his teammates.
Dallas is not used to having teams hang very long with them. Outside of that one win by the Arkansas team against Dallas earlier in the season, teams have not been able to even hang with the Dallas team until halftime because of their incredible depth and strength. Golden State right now trying to stay close and see what this team will be like, the Dallas Mavericks, in the second half of a close contest.
Good look at Troy Sachs and Trooper Johnson. Trooper played on the Paralympic team in 1992 and 96. There's the head coach for Dallas.
Gold medal and a bronze medal to his credit.
Welsh in Dallas continues to look inside. New player in for Dallas is Eddie Bland. You hear the contact, the chairs banging against each other. It is a physical game.
Turnover by Dallas. I'm surprised at the number of turnovers that Dallas has been able, or excuse me, that Golden State has been able to produce from Dallas.
Oh, good. Behind the back pass, but it was stolen away.
Well,
almost too good.
That was too good in that case. I've seen him complete that pass before. The coaches love those passes if they work,
yeah,
but you know what they say about them if they don't.
And a timeout on the floor. And that's a TV timeout. We'll take a breather. 6:12 on the clock, and right now Dallas clinging to a 5-point lead over the Road Warriors of Golden State.
Now, for your home and shop, one amazing blade that cuts through practically anything. This is new Multi-Disc. It's safe, it won't break or shatter. It's amazingly flexible. It will never bind or kick back your work. Multi-Disc cuts through this rock-hard ash baseball bat. It cuts through copper and iron pipes. Plastic pipes are cut off clean. There's no melting. Multi-Disc is diamond and carbide throughout. It's one of the best grinding wheels on the market. It shapes tile, grinds away paint, rust, and debris in seconds. Call toll-free or send for Multi-Disc now and start saving hundreds of dollars on single-purpose blades and wheels. Best of all, Multi-Disc will work on any rotary tool in your home or shop. Put it on your household drill, and it cuts like magic. Multi-Disc cuts like a blade and grinds like a wheel, and you can use it on any rotary tool you own. Multi-Disc sands Formica while it cuts so there's no chipped edges. Call or send now. Cut perfect angles and grind curves in ceramic tile. Cuts picture frame perfect moldings and trim. Hobbyists love it for detailing plastics, metal, and wood. Now, in this limited time offer, you get 2 Multi-Discs, a universal arbor to assure they'll fit all your rotary tools, and our unconditional money-back guarantee, all for only $12.98. Order now.
This is Fox Sports South.
Welcome back to Birmingham. That's the UAB mascot, the Dragon, the Blazer, if you will. Nice crowd on hand as you look at a real Dragon. He breathes fire, that young man, Troy Sachs. He leads his team in scoring right now. Troy with 16 points already of the 28. And the new player in for Dallas is Ralph Ortega. Troy is just flat out tough. Impossible to stop. When he misses a shot, you have to be thankful.
That's right. Same is said of Trooper Johnson. He puts up a shot, you almost expect it to go in as well. A lot of role players on this Golden State team. Jeff Braille out here trying to help their star, the shooter, the scorer, Trooper Johnson, get away from the relentless pressure of Steve Welch.
Reel to Gill. Good passing inside. Nice shot by Curtis Lease.
Nice little head fake in there to get away from the tall man, Reggie Colton.
Also in the game for Dallas, Eddie Bland. The 36-year-old from Rochester, Texas, has the basketball.
Right
Welsh,
now.
nice fake. That was partially blocked by Brill, and here comes Gill.
Right now, the Dallas team kind of doing some standing around and watching, contrary to the lineup that they had in there just a little while ago. Their movement getting a little more stagnant. I'm sure that's going to change.
The offensive foul called on Gill. 5:03 to play. It's just a three-point game. Bland with a basketball. Looking to Sachs, who's going all the way, this time with a left hand to miss. And Colton with a follow.
You've got to. Troy Sachs picking up that foul.
Sachs gets his first foul.
Golden State cannot allow these second and third shots to occur from the Mavericks. They're going to have to block out and give them one shot.
Quite a battle. You can see it in the lower part of your screen. Trooper Johnson being shaded by Stephen Welsh, and the outside shot bombs away.
I'll tell you what, Doug, I'm getting goosebumps here. Give me that basketball. This is great stuff.
Two-point game. Trooper Johnson, you see those muscles in his arms. A superbly conditioned athlete, and he gets to steal.
Stolen from the other superstar on this floor, Troy Sachs.
Trooper Johnson.
Trooper's getting a little excited right now. He's a chair handler galore. I mean,
I'm amazed. Pass to Sanchez, who throws it up. Oh! No basket. No basket. David, what was the call there?
Well, they called his foot pedals down. Again, these are some of the best referees that we have in the league. That particular call, though, I've got to really question. It sure looked as though Pete Sanchez had gotten that shot off. And why were his foot pedals down to begin with? Contact.
We'll take a break. 3:54 on the clock. Dallas by 2.
Everybody that you've had come in try to sell you another plan, what do they tell you? It's just as good as Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We wouldn't even consider switching from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They do their job.
You have peace of mind. That's what you're buying with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Like when my daughter was hurt a couple of weeks ago, they were asking other people who didn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, where do you work, how you, and they asked my daughter, where does it hurt?
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
The meaning of a word can change depending on how you see it. That's why Bell South spans the globe. With cellular service on 5 continents, long-distance networks in Australia, wireless systems in Europe, Latin America, and beyond. The world's most advanced technology launching your words to places all over the world. Because a word can have many meanings, but it means nothing until it's shared. Bell South.
Welcome back, everyone. Trooper Johnson. What a player, David.
I'm telling you, he can handle that chair. He's psyched up right now. He wants the ball. He wants the opportunity to score and lead his team to success. I want the audience to really realize how difficult of a game this is. This game that's played with your arms. Look at that shot by Pete Sanchez. It's played by your arms. You run up and down, and then you're expected to shoot that three-point shot or the soft lay-in. When you're all pumped up, this game is difficult, folks.
And Trooper Johnson, a chance to tie the game. A lot of contact. Trooper goes down.
Pete Sanchez making the right decision there. The wagons were circled around him at that point, and he had nothing else to do but call a timeout to get out of that precarious situation.
A 20-second timeout for Golden State. It will be their basketball when we come back. They're down by only 2.
Dallas has got to be thinking about this, Doug. This is as long and as close a team has been in some time against them. So that can only work to Golden State's advantage. Being number 1, also, there's a price to pay. There's more pressure associated with it. The supposed-to-win situation, supposed to play better. These guys are used to blowing people out. It's going to be interesting how it develops from here.
Troy Sachs on the bench right now, just getting a breather. Resting a bit.
Dallas, beat up.
30-28, 3:27 on the clock. The ball stripped away. Here comes Stephen Welsh. Dallas continues to pump it inside. And the steal. Here comes Trooper Johnson.
Dallas players hollering that Curtis Lease was up on that play. One of the rules in the wheelchair ball is that you have to stay firmly seated on your wheelchair. It's considered a physical advantage foul if you were to come up off your chair in order to gain a possession or a rebound.
Gill, string music for Gill, and it's all tied up. 2:45 on the clock, 30-30.
Again, steady Eddie sitting out there, nobody on him, takes his time, knocks it down.
First tie of the game, and off the glass, Raul Ortega. 29-year-old out of Mexico City, Mexico. You see, they recruit from not only the United States, but other countries.
No different than some of the college situations or NBA situations. Raul's a primetime player. I tell you what, though, we were supposed to see a blowout here today, and as we mentioned at the start of the show, Golden State is using that, I think, as motivation to hang tight with this tough Dallas Mavericks team.
2 minutes to play, and Lease the battle inside off the glass. Count it. 32-32.
No intimidation going on out here. I don't believe the Golden State Road Warriors are believing that anything before this game is what counts. What's happening right now is all they're worried about. Their ability to control the game and the tempo is effectively working right now. One area that they're lacking in is turnovers. They've turned the ball over 10 or 11 times.
And Golden State leads.
But what we're seeing is they're forcing the Dallas Maverick team to go into some individual play, where Golden State comes down and starts working the team game. Nice pass to Pete Sanchez.
Pete out of his chair.
Pete can hardly contain himself. Wanted to hop after that player with the ball.
Welsh inside. And off the glass is Jason Van Beek.
If Pete had actually touched the ball there while he was out of the chair, then it would have been a violation.
Van Beek, Another one of the big, intimidating players for Dallas, but right now they're up by only 2. Van Beek with the steal. Here's Welsh. Loses it out of bounds.
Lost the handle on it. Stevie's coming off a severe injury. He tore his pec earlier in the year, and he's coming back from that. Again, uncharacteristically, turnovers becoming an issue not only for Golden State, but also for Dallas.
Yesterday in the semifinals, Dallas forced 30 turnovers by the Music City Lightning. And we say forced because they do put a lot of pressure on you. Real with a wide open 15-footer off the mark. About 15 seconds, 16 seconds to play now in the first half.
Some of our role players, if they haven't taken a shot in a while, sometimes they force themselves into taking a shot because it's there. If they stick to their role, I think they'll be a lot better off. Jeff can knock that shot down. Stevie Welch with a little head fake there.
Just before the buzzer, Jason Van Beek. Their biggest lead was 9. Golden State tied it with about 2 minutes to play, and right now it's 36-32. And you just have to wonder, David, if Golden State is going to run out of gas because they never made a substitution in that first half.
Well, that's one of the benefits that the Dallas team has over Golden State. But I tell you, I saw them out in the Far West Regional. They play with so much heart that I wouldn't be surprised if they hang in the second half.
We'll take a break and come back and talk to Ron Williams, the coach of the Dallas Mavericks, after this.
Are up to their old tricks again, flying and ranking high in the Eastern Conference. Dikembe Mutombo, Christian Laettner, and Mookie Blaylock lead the new resurgence of the Hawks. Be here for every break, every score, and every jam as the hoops heat up in Hotlanta. The Hawks and the Knicks, Wednesday at 7:30 on Fox Sports South.
This spring will sizzle in Georgia when the ACC invades Atlanta for 3 days of championship action. Don't miss one long jump, home run, hole-in-one, or ace when the ACC crowns its spring champions. Men's and women's lacrosse championship beginning Sunday at 12:30 on Fox Sports South.
Hold on for super bikes that scream at 200 miles per hour. Doug Chandler defends his title at Laguna Seca against rival Miguel Duhamel. The AMA Toyota Challenge, Sunday at 5:30 on Fox Sports South.
You are now entering the Party Zone, a new 36-song collection of today's hottest dance tracks.
Baby, let me show you how to do this. You gotta move this. Don't turn around. Jojo, come and sauce in town. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want the dinosaur.
Oh, Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. I'm looking for a new love, baby.
This awesome collection is not sold in stores, so order now. Call toll-free now for the Party Zone. Cassettes $19.98, CDs $26.98. Call now.
Home teams, Fox Attitude. You're watching Fox Sports South.
The score at halftime, Dallas on top of Golden State, 36-32. Doug Bell alongside David Kylan. Let's join the third member of our broadcast team, Mike Murphy, with a special guest. Mike.
Thanks, Doug. Ron Williams, the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks, has joined me. Coach, this is a little unusual. You're only up by 2 at the half.
Well, it's not really that unusual. This is a team we really respect. We played them earlier in the year, and at the half then, we were only up by 6. They're a very quick team. They got some nice shooters from the outside, and they're a little different than the teams we normally play. They're more just post-up play.
A couple of key stats. You're owning the offensive boards. You have 13, but you've turned the ball over 8 times.
Right, and that's where we have to settle down and play more our game, where we take possession when we get down and play the half-game game down close, so we can use our big men.
What are you going to emphasize at the half?
Well, basically just to calm down, take our time. 20 minutes of good ball to be played here, to work the clock and get the good shot inside, basically.
Thanks, Coach. Well, Doug, there it is. For the next 20 minutes, we're going to look at inside play from Dallas.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. They did that, David, in the first half. They emphasized that, the inside play, but a lot of the shots just didn't fall for the big players.
They didn't fall. I think, again, they were coming off individual moves as opposed to Golden State's getting everyone involved, making a good pass and assist. The teams are pretty comparable in their assists, in their totals for the first half, but basically the shots weren't particularly going down in the late stretch of that first half with the Dallas team. Troy Sachs sitting on that 16 points that he had early and didn't score again.
The quickness factor for Golden State, it certainly played in their favor. Trooper Johnson and Chuck Gill, they're quick, and that's an advantage.
Well, and we tended to overlook the transition game of Golden State, but let me tell you, Trooper Johnson, Chuck Gill, Pete Sanchez, Curtis Lease, they can run the floor too. It's just I'm surprised that they've been able to do it to the degree of success that they have.
We'll see if they can sustain it. 20 minutes to go. Dallas, the #1 team in the country, on top of Golden State by 4. We'll be back with more in Birmingham after this.
I love my son. He looks like me. He acts like me. He's really a little image of me. He is my life. And I really want the very best for him. And Blue Cross Blue Shield helps me to provide the best for him. I know that no matter where he is, if he goes to the hospital, that I pull out my Blue Cross Blue Shield card, he's taken care of. You always want the best heirs. And for me and my family, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield.
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
Life. It's not the sort of thing that shuts down at 5. So at Bell South, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you ever need to reach us, just give us a call. Anytime. Bell South, it's all here.
Everybody that you've had come in try to sell you another plan, what do they tell you? It's just as good as Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We wouldn't even consider switching from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They do their job.
You have peace of mind. That's what you're buying with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Like when my daughter was hurt a couple of weeks ago, they were asking other people who didn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, where do you work, how you, and they asked my daughter, where does it hurt?
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
Hey guys, let's go back to the start. I don't know, it just sounds a little bit stiff.
Excuse me.
You ordered lunch?
Well, it's lunchtime, isn't it?
Supper time, yeah.
Aw,
How's that transition?
yeah, that works. Let me just change this to a pie chart.
I like the bar graph better.
No, pie.
Bar.
Pie.
Bar.
Pie.
Bar.
Pie.
Bar.
Pie.
Bar.
Bell South, it's all here.
in wheelchair athletics, I've far exceeded any expectations I could have ever had, whether I was able-bodied or disabled. And I think I've increased my quality of living to a point that I could never have dreamed about.
For more than a decade, the Lakeshore Foundation has been helping people like Joe discover avenues toward a rewarding and productive life. The foundation provides funding, facilities, and coaching staff to develop athletes competing in wheelchair basketball, tennis, road racing, weightlifting, and many other sports. But just as important are opportunities created for people with disabilities in other areas of life. Work-related programs to facilitate employment. Community projects to encourage the kinds of attitudes, accessibility, and support that allow people with disabilities to enjoy the same pursuits as their able-bodied peers in education, religion, entertainment, and other everyday activities. Fitness facilities to enhance overall health while building the strength and endurance needed to maintain as much independence as possible. And recreational programs to develop leisure skills that bring quality to life.
Clearly, we're here not just to serve that person who has an interest in competitive sports, but also that person who just wants to go out and hit a tennis ball, just wants to learn how to swim, just wants to maintain fitness.
The Lakeshore Foundation serves people with a wide range of physical disabilities, men and women, children and adults. The Foundation's annual events, such as the Wheel-a-thon and Sington Trophy Dinner, are designed to showcase abilities of these individuals while increasing public awareness. So too are the many prestigious wheelchair athletic events the Foundation brings to Alabama. Many such events are held at the fully accessible swimming pool, tennis courts, and gymnasium on the Lakeshore campus in Homewood. Also on campus are an alpine tower and ropes course. Here and at other accessible outdoor areas around the state, the Foundation offers a variety of adventure programming. Scuba diving, water skiing, and shooting sports are just a few of the outdoor activities that can be modified for people with spinal cord injuries, amputations, strokes, head injuries, and other disabling conditions.
Lifting weights, going in the pool, going on these trips, scuba diving and skiing. It's an outlet for that energy that we have inside.
I get to meet all kind of people. It's great to be around your friends that are in wheelchairs when you go on trips and on the road, and just being here is great.
Whether in fitness or in fun, out in the community or out to compete, the Lakeshore Foundation strives to provide people with disabilities a wealth of opportunities to maximize their own potential. It's all about challenging abilities and giving everyone a sporting chance.
Dance. It swept Europe and now is sweeping the U.S. Experience this symphony of sight and sound, now available on home video. Feel the pulsating rhythm as 80 performers ignite your passion. Order Riverdance today, and you'll save $5 through this special TV offer. Now you can own your copy of Riverdance for only $19.98. Don't miss your chance for the original Riverdance. Order now.
Have your credit card ready? You can call 1-800-253-8005 to order Riverdance. Order today and save $5. Only $19.98 plus shipping. That's 1-800-253-8005. Sorry, no CODs.
Introducing the greatest hits of Three Dog Night. 30 spectacular hits on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs.
The ink is black, the page is white. Just an old-fashioned love song. Mama told me not to come. Tell me, how does your light shine in the halls of Shambhala? Baby, although I chose this lonely life, it seems a stranger midnight.
Three Dog Night. 30 great hits on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-253-8005. Call from the U.S. or Canada. That's 1-800-253-8005. Or send $16.98 for 2 cassettes or $19.98 for 2 CDs, plus $4.50 shipping to 3 Dog Night, P.O. Box 4943, Department AAE2, Omaha, Nebraska.
Getting ready for the second half. Dallas on top by 4. Mike Murphy standing by with Paul Jackson, the coach of the Golden State team. Mike?
Your team is down by 2 points, but what an outstanding first half. You actually beat Dallas at their own game in transition.
Yes, yes. We're a transition club. If we can get the rebound and get out, we feel that when we have the numbers 3-on-3 that we can score.
But rebounding is a key. Dallas has stormed the offensive glass.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We got to keep them out. We got to play better defense. I mean, we play great defense, but we got to play better defense. Keep the opposition out of the key, and then we can get into our transition game.
Trooper Johnson, your All-American, has had an outstanding first half.
Yes, yes. He's carrying us. He's playing really well. I'm glad he is. So now that Dallas will have to defend him, it'll open up the court a little bit more for us.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Doug, back to you.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Again, we're back, and this is the Division I championship. These are the guys who are the best in the business, the cream of the crop. The Division II championship was held earlier today here at Bartow Arena, and congrats to the Ann Arbor Thunderbirds as they beat the Pacific Spartans 63-50. And this was a fun game, too. This was back and forth, David.
It certainly was. A lot closer than the final score had indicated. San Jose trying to come in with an upset over the number 1 ranked team in Division II. And just were not able to come up with it. Good, strong inside game by the Ann Arbor big men.
You saw Jeff Pierce, the head coach of Ann Arbor, and the big guy. Speaking of that, Chris Lenzo of Ann Arbor, Eric Kersad had a big game. And, of course, you know what it feels like to put the hands on the trophy and for everybody to say you are number 1. There's nothing like it. Here's the first half numbers for this game we're watching. Golden State 54% so far, David. Turnovers, though, somewhat of a surprise.
Yeah, the 12 turnovers is probably, when you look at the scheme of things with a Dallas team, might not be considered too bad. The 8 that Dallas is carrying, unfortunately, that's not a great number to have, but they led. My recollect is they led to points for Golden State.
Offensive rebounds, Dallas leading in that department. We'll be back with the start of the second half right after this.
I love my son. He looks like me. He acts like me. He's really a little image of me. He is my life. And I really want the very best for him. And Blue Cross Blue Shield helps me to provide the best for him. I know that no matter where he is, if he goes to the hospital, that I pull out my Blue Cross Blue Shield card, he's taken care of. You always want the best there is. And for me and my family, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield.
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding.
They offer support.
To breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
In Chile, the mountains are connected to the desert. The desert is connected to the city.
The city is connected to the ocean.
The ocean. And the ocean is connected to the forest.
Because in Chile,
the people are connected to each other and to the rest of the world
by Bell South. Bell South, it's all here.
Best shooters in the game, they're not watching the basket. They're not watching to see if it's going in. Feeling it come off the follow through, they're watching the arc. The range. And count it. They don't need to watch the hole. They know it's going in.
Like a feather.
Sunday at 7 on Fox Sports South. You're watching Fox Sports South.
We're back. Dallas on top of Golden State 36-32. Doug Bell alongside David Kiley and Mike Murphy. And we're getting ready for what should be a very exciting second half. Remember now, Dallas #1 in the country. They came in looking for the blowout, but Golden State hanging tough.
Going to be very interesting how this game develops right out of the gate here in the second half.
And the steal right off the bat. Troy Sachs. The steal, the layup. Oh, he misses it. But the follow, there's Reggie Colton.
I heard the coach say that they're kind of used to being this close related to Golden State with a 6-point deficit earlier in the year, but that was then. This is the national tournament. I got to think it works better for Golden State.
Here comes Dallas. Sachs back. 3-on-1. Reggie Colton, the 34-year-old from Wildwood, Florida.
Just what we talked about, having to control turnovers. 2 of them led to both those baskets.
Biggest lead now, 8. Actually, they had a 9-point lead in the first half.
See Reggie Colton there getting the dish from from Troy Sachs on a well-executed 3-on-1 fast break.
Gill with the basketball to Trooper Johnson. They make up a heck of a backcourt. The Trooper comes up short. And here comes Troy Sachs.
Come here.
A lob inside. What a tandem. Reggie Colton is red hot right off the bat. Ten-point lead now. Dallas has come out smoking. Golden State takes a 22nd timeout.
As they are known for, capable of running you 3, 4, 5 baskets in a row. They've done that to start this game.
Golden State decided to take a full timeout, so we'll take a breather, and Troy Sachs and company enjoys a 10-point lead. We'll return to Birmingham right after this.
Everybody that you've had come in and try to sell you another plan, what do they tell you? It's just as good as Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We wouldn't even consider switching from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They do their job.
You have peace of mind. That's what you're buying with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Like when my daughter was hurt a couple of weeks ago, they were asking other people who didn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, where do you work, how you, and they asked my daughter, where does it hurt?
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
There's a source for all of your words to travel through. One simple, powerful source, Bell South. We're bringing together every kind of technology. Local and long distance, internet access, wireless, yellow pages, interactive and beyond. One single source that connects your words in every way. Because a word can have many meanings, but it means nothing until it's shared. Bell South.
Home teams, Fox Attitude. You're watching Fox Sports South. We are the only sports news that takes you live to the game sites across America every night with our exclusive Fox Scan.
Let's go live to the Great Western Forum.
Kobe, 22 minutes, 21 points.
Locker room scoops from 45 arenas.
Let's go live to the Kiel Center.
It was a great bounce-back effort by everyone.
40 announced teams covering hundreds of games.
Live to the summit.
We're very concerned about his health.
Fox Scan, why we alone can say at Fox Sports News, we are there.
There's the scoring so far. The Mavericks have jumped out to that 9-1 run to start the half. Golden State gone with the same 5 guys the whole way. That's because they don't have any subs right now. Injuries have taken their toll. Sanchez.
Tough shot by Abuya that time. Probably should have knocked that one down. But this defense has stepped it up this second half now. They're not allowing Golden State to get good looks at the hoop. Every time a ball handler has the ball, he's got 1 or 2 defenders swarming him.
You look at a guy like Trooper Johnson who has the basketball and misses the shot. And you sense, looking at the muscles in his arms, that he could go all day without getting tired. What a pass inside to Colton. And the foul from behind against Johnson. Colton will shoot 2, but credit a nice dish from Troy Sachs.
You've got to love that kind of pass by Troy Sachs. A little bit of Hollywood in this game doesn't hurt at all. Passed up from Abuya into Troy, knowing the man's there. It's a gimme. Trooper gets caught for a little bit of contact there.
Troy Sachs has won his share of titles through the years. He played on the '96 Intercollegiate Championship team at the University of Wisconsin at Whitewater. As Colton connects there, we told you about his MVP performance in the '96 Paralympic Games for Australia, the gold medal. And he looks to add a championship on the national level today. His trophy case is getting filled up, David.
Yeah, and he's pretty old at 21, yeah. So probably doesn't have too many good years left.
Sanchez inside, won't go. Another rebound for Sachs. Sachs, the young man from Wollongong, New South Wales, Australia. Colton will shoot 2. The foul on Jeff Breel.
I think it's worth mentioning, Doug, that when you talk about Troy Sachs and the Whitewater, Wisconsin college situation, that through the NWBA we have a collegiate division where there's 7 schools currently that provide athletic scholarships, full rides, in other words, for good wheelchair basketball youth. And I think that's a real bonus for the NWBA to have a program. Most of our better young players now are being schooled both academically and athletically in these college programs and turning out to be some of the most highly recruited members of our organization.
I marvel at the physical stature of these players. Gill goes inside. Not only playing this game, just shooting and dribbling, but working the wheelchair the entire game. Battling. There's the breakaway. Gill wide open. Laying it down. Much needed hoop for Golden State. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. It's a 14-point lead.
Just been told that Reggie Colton has scored 13 straight points. I think the coach must have had to talk to him at halftime.
A foul against Sachs. And there's the t-shirt that has drawn a lot of attention. Dynasty, spelled Die Nasty. The Dallas folks have come to Birmingham sporting those t-shirts.
Coming at you, Jason, underneath.
Yeah, it's attracted a lot of attention to themselves. Calling for a record to be reached of 9 national championships. This looking like it might be their first. If it continues the way it's going right now, I don't know. Where I came from, you started worrying about records like that when you were right on top of them. But nonetheless, this team deserves a lot of credit, the Dallas Mavericks.
We should mention you played on the team that has 8 national championships. And a lot of your teammates are still participating. You're still playing.
That's correct.
Talk a little bit about that great team.
Well, I tell you, playing on the West Coast with the Casa Colina Condors, which is the record that every great team, I think, is going to be measured against. 8 national championships. We had a 2.5-year span where we won 98 straight games in a row.
Wow.
That, at that point in time, was a dynasty. Then you had the Arkansas Rolling Razorbacks come to town, and for the 90s, they've won 4 national championships. So if there's a dynasty intact right now, which I question, you'd have to really give the Arkansas team a lot of credit for their 4 national championships in the 90s. This Dallas team will definitely, if kept together, be the force to be reckoned with for some time.
Colton lays it down. It's now 52-35 as they continue to build on their biggest lead. Now 17. We played 6 minutes. Golden State really put up a good fight in that first half. As Trooper Johnson bangs in the three-point shot.
Dallas relaxing a little bit, given probably the best shooter in the game a great look at the basket that time. I don't think that'll happen too much.
String music for Trooper Johnson. We saw him warming up before the game. He was out before anybody else. He can flat out shoot it with the best of them. Able-bodied or not, that guy can shoot the basketball. We'll be back. Mavericks on top, 52-38.
Fox Sports South puts on the squeeze. College baseball's toughest conference shows its stuff when the rising Commodores meet the mighty Gamecocks. Vanderbilt versus South Carolina, Saturday at 3 on Fox Sports South.
If you like your music hot and heavy, you want Rock This Way, a great new collection of 36 hard rockin' hits.
Living on a lighted stage approaches the unreal.
Rock This Way, 36 great songs on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-253-8005. Call from the U.S. or Canada. That's 1-800-253-8005. Or send $19.98 for 2 cassettes or $26.98 for 2 CDs, plus $4.95 shipping to the address on your screen.
We'd like to thank the folks at the Wimprey Hotel. Luxurious accommodations located at the River Chase Galleria. They are the official hotel of the National Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. There's Trooper Johnson. Dallas and Reggie Colton are on a serious roll. As you look at the scoring now by the halves. Dallas flexing their muscles now. 6 minutes into this second half. First time Golden State has reached the finals. Same with Dallas. Expectations are awfully high for this Dallas team. Their only loss this season was to Arkansas, the team that David mentioned earlier, as they score again. And at that game, several of Dallas's players did not make it for various reasons.
2 key players. As we talked, though, Dallas could start any of 8 and not be at too much of a loss.
Johnson.
Dallas just keeps coming at you, and playing in-your-face basketball, particularly defense.
Curtis Lease with the basketball, the 4-time college All-American from Illinois. There's the turnover.
When you got 6'9" Darrell Waller hassling the ball out front, he's going to cause trouble. Beautiful pass by Troy Sachs.
There's Waller inside. Considered one of the best big men to ever play wheelchair basketball. You can understand why. Look at that body. Look at those shoulders.
Tree's been a force for some time, too. A lot of great battles against that man. A lot of respect for that man. Golden State having trouble even getting the rest of their team down the floor against the pressure and the speed of the Dallas team.
Foul against Raul Ortega. His first foul. Ortega, the 29-year-old from Mexico City. We told you all about him earlier. Trooper Johnson. 33 from Santa Cruz, California. And a foul against Stephen Welsh. Good look at Stephen. One of the top tennis players, wheelchair tennis players in the world. Youngest player to ever win the United States Open and claim the world's top ranking.
That's what I was saying about Steve. Talent beyond just this game. A fantastic athlete, and he can play the piano with the best of them as well.
Is that right?
Very, very talented man.
Only 24 years old, Stephen Welsh. All of these athletes, though, have remarkable stories. And I continue to marvel at their physical strength and fortitude that they show on the basketball floor.
Well, you know, Doug, oftentimes tragedies happen, situations occur, but sometimes miracles come in disguises. And in this case, perhaps tragedy or an accident. But then life comes back, opportunity like this comes forward, and you're able to really turn something into what was a negative into almost a miracle type situation.
It's been a tough fight for Sanchez today. Pete Sanchez has been down on the floor several times. Always gets back up. And the big man, Tree Waller, out of Detroit, Michigan, finding the touch, and there's Pete, the old veteran.
Pete's just showing a little bit of wear and tear right now after what have we had, 29 minutes of relentless pursuit by this swarm we call Mavericks. And things starting to slip away here. Golden State feeling it. They're getting away from their game plan, taking the first shot that presents itself. Nonetheless, they're not going to stop until the very end, and should keep their heads up.
Minutes to play. Chuck Gill.
Gentlemen, one time.
27 points against Arkansas in that win yesterday. Well below that today. That free throw gives him 8. And a foul.
Chuck had 16 boards in that game yesterday, and I talked to him in the hotel last night. Chuck being referred to as Charles, I said, hey, that was a Charles Barkley performance. 27 points, 16 rebounds. And for a small forward like Chuck, that's a tremendous, tremendous game.
They were quite a tandem yesterday. Chuck and Trooper combined for 54 points. Off the mark.
Uncharacteristic. Generally about 90% from the free throw.
And a foul against Trooper Johnson. I must say the Dallas team has some unusual hairstyles as you look at Stephen Welsh, and you wonder what the barber had in mind when he got to his hair. Troy Sachs' roommate.
This was all part of their pregame psyche that they were trying to develop. Many of them went out and got some outrageous dues for this contest. As you pointed out, though, earlier about that Dizzy Dean quote.
Yeah, look at that hair. Wow.
And that changed from last night. You said that looks good from the game I saw last night. Olay on the back.
22nd timeout. Yeah, that was the quote where Dizzy Dean said if you say you're going to do something and you do it, it ain't bragging. And Dallas is backing up their words.
And that's where you got to give him a heck of a lot of credit. You wonder what Paul Jackson can possibly tell his team now, down by 18, feeling it slip away, trying to inject some soul, some heart, which that team has been characterized by all year. And how Ron Williams could possibly say anything to his team to get them to sustain this effort for another 11 minutes. I don't think he's going to have any problem doing that.
Pete Sanchez, 36 years old, from San Jose, California. He's been playing this game for only about 18 years. Dallas basketball. And again, Pete hits the floor. I think he's been on the floor more than anybody today.
Pete's a hustler, you know.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to sacrifice every ounce of his body to try to get a play. You got
the calm coach, Ron Williams.
Paul Jackson, always known for his persona. You know, he stands up, yells, screams, very much into the game. When he gets done with coaching a game, you look at him, it's as though he's played it.
Sachs has been quiet, in and out. Has been quiet as of late. He's had an impressive game. Ortega off the glass.
That's a testimony to the rest of the team, Doug, that Troy Sachs could actually offensively go a little bit invisible for almost a half, and yet this team has stretched their lead to where it is. 20 points.
Closing in on the 10-minute mark. Following our game today, we will have the championship award presentation. Trooper Johnson with a steal to Sanchez. And a foul inside.
And a hard one, I might ask. Technical foul. Dallas doesn't want to get into any of this kind of stuff right now. They've got this game in hand. A hard foul, and then on top of it to say something to the refs while you're this far up. You just don't want that to happen.
Abu Yia from West Africa got his second foul, and then the technical on top of it.
Talking about 2 free throws here, possession of the ball. This lead could be cut from 18 down to 15. Then if they score, I think what we're seeing, though, is Golden State's just about running out of gas. This pressure that's been after them is showing up in the turnovers and at the free throw line. You just don't see Trooper Johnson miss 3 free throws in a row like we've just witnessed. 3 being the one that he shot earlier. Now he's going to shoot a couple more.
We'll take a break. 10:08 on the clock. 60-42, Dallas on top. And we'll return to the Bartow Arena in Birmingham, Alabama, right after this.
I love my son. He looks like me. He acts like me. He's really a little image of me. He is my life. And I really want the very best for him. And Blue Cross Blue Shield helps me to provide the best for him. I know that no matter where he is, if he goes to the hospital, that I pull out my Blue Cross Blue Shield card, he's taken care of. You always want the best of heirs. And for me and my family, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield.
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding
They offer support
to breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
A word can point you in many directions, depending on what it means. That's why Bell's Health is here to help you find your way. We have the people, the knowledge, the expertise to guide you through new technology, to solutions that work for you. Always with answers that keep you and your words connected. Because a word can have many meanings, but it means nothing until it's shared. Bell South.
Welcome back, everyone. Doug Bell alongside David Kiley, Mike Murphy, our third member of the broadcast team today. So far, so good for the Dallas Mavericks. It has been a fun national tournament here in Birmingham, and that hair continues to amaze. Looked like he got a little close in the back there and nicked
sure
him a little bit.
It looks nasty, too.
But next year, the tournament moves to Nashville, Tennessee. Is that right?
That's right. The Music City Wheeler organization received the bid for Nashville. They're going to have quite an active follow, I might say, though, from this tournament run here by Frank Burns and the Lakeshore Foundation at UAB Arena. This has been one of our finest tournaments to date. No question.
Golden State has gone cold from the free throw line. They've missed their last 4 attempts. Last 5 attempts, you know, that would have cut it to 60-47 if they'd hit 5. .10:08 on the clock. Frank Burns, the tournament director from Lakeshore, has done a wonderful job, as you mentioned, David. And we need to thank the folks from Fox Sports South for their support. And we hope you enjoy watching wheelchair basketball. For those not familiar with this game, I know Frank in some of the interviews with media outlets here in Birmingham said that he thought the wheelchair game was where the women's game was collegiately 10 years ago. He thinks it's that level as far as popularity.
That's a great comparison right there to how things have developed for the women and how we see wheelchair basketball developing in this country. There's a real effort and a united effort, I might say, by the NWBA to move this sport forward to the point that we can be very proud. And having Sports South do the coverage like we've had here today is one of the key elements of that vision. We have to have the exposure, and we have to be able to educate the public about how exciting this game is and how highly skilled and driven these wheelchair basketball players are.
And this is the #1 player in the world, Troy Sachs. Misses that. And a foul against Ortega of Dallas.
Trooper Johnson continuing to take a pounding from the Dallas team. Always a threat. Getting a little bit roughed up in this game.
Trooper finally gets that one to rattle home. Remember now, it was 36-32 at halftime. Dallas, now 61-44. And that gentleman has been the reason why. Reggie Colton, the veteran out of Florida, 34 years old, has been a monster in the second half, dominating inside 16 points in the second half alone.
Yeah, I tell you, Reggie's having a great half, and that's a sign of a great player, somebody who can not necessarily be that involved in one part of the game. Trooper Johnson making another 3 there, but then coming out the second half and being a a determining factor of the success of the Dallas Mavericks.
63-47. I think if I was going to wager on a horse game, I think I'd put my money on Trooper Johnson against anybody.
Yeah, that's what the audience really needs to look at is that some of the best wheelchair shooters in this game could be matched with some of the best stand-up players. Now, you wouldn't think from a wheelchair level that the range is going to be like you've seen here today from Trooper and Troy Sachs, but particularly Trooper. Expert marksman.
And a foul on the pick, on the screen. Dallas basketball, 8.5 minutes to play. We should thank Gene Bartow, the athletic director and former head coach at UAB, for his support. The Hall of Fame coach threw up the first ball today for the opening tip of our first game. Trooper Johnson lays it down.
We've got this ball game down to 14 points here, Doug. As I mentioned, the Golden State team is not going to lie down until there's zeros up on that clock.
Waller inside. Darryl Treewaller. He's 6'7". He was born in Detroit, now lives and works in Detroit. Ortega lays it down. Raul Ortega, born in Mexico City, and that's where he lives now.
Right when Golden State feeling the effects of a tough game, Dallas comes out with a full court press just to kind of drive home the point that they don't have enough guys to come at them.
Inside it goes. Curtis Lease has been quiet in the second half until that bucket. Here comes Ortega. And there's the man, Reggie Colton.
Reggie making them pay. Reggie's no stranger to big performances. 1989 at the NWBT, the Final Four, he was the most valuable player. Always a threat, and you're seeing why. See Pete Sanchez there getting the ball out to his favorite target, Trooper Johnson. Trooper putting that off-balance shot in. Nice shot. Just seems to be not enough, and not enough time left for Golden State at this point.
Stephen Welsh on the left, checking back in for Dallas. Along with Abu Yia. And Golden State
putting in Justin South, number 24, a 19-year-old, a kid I've played a lot of basketball with and to some degree taken under my wing. The Golden State program's been very good for him, and I'm glad he's getting a chance to play in such a big game.
He's their sixth man, literally. He's the only guy they got over there.
That's right.
He gives Curtis Lease a rest. Curtis skinned up his knee a bit.
Yeah, the same rules are in effect. Any blood injury like that, you have to take the player off.
And two shots for Reggie Colton. Man who was born in Wildwood, Florida, and that's just right down the road from Gainesville, and he now lives in Gainesville, Florida, home of the University of Florida Gators. Reggie is the health coordinator for the Sewanee Valley Community Child Care Center. And having a heck of a game. I think Reggie wants to get a hold of this tape because this is something he can play for a long time coming. 24 points today.
Yeah, it'll be great memories to live on. Reggie's played for many top-level teams in the NWBA. A highly sought-after and recruited player. Playing as a Class 2 with his height. Reggie is an incredible attribute to any team that would be able to get him on it. And looks a little bit like David Robinson, don't you think?
Yeah, sure does. Sachs lays it in with the offensive rebound, and here comes Golden State. 71-53. They've cut it to 14. Waller with a line drive, bullet pass down to Sachs. Good hustle by Gill, knocking it out of bounds, getting back on D.
Chuck Gill hit hard that time. Wasn't going to have any of that passing come into his lane. Troy Sachs trying to sneak one in here. Went down hard on his wrist, and that's where a lot of the injuries are going to occur in this game, Doug, is in the wrists and in the elbows from falls like that.
There's Ron Williams, the head coach of the Dallas team. And an equipment timeout. Jeff Breel's checking. He's getting his finger taped up, and Paul Jackson was even checking the wheel there. Two of the best right there. Troy Sachs and Trooper Johnson talking things over. Great camaraderie among these players, even though they are both going after the top prize. You see they have a lot of respect for each other.
That's what it's all about. You know, when it gets down to it, win, lose, or draw, you know, you got to respect those that have challenged your position in this sport. No one likes to lose. Everybody comes in with the intentions to win. And as we all know, somebody walks away a lot happier than the next guy, or rolls away. Reggie Colton wanting that ball. You heard him hollering for it. Oh. Again, Trooper Johnson taking some shots out there.
Trooper Johnson off the mark. Tree Waller lays it down. There's Curtis Lease. Played on 3 U.S. national teams. We mentioned earlier, 4-time collegiate All-American in Illinois.
One of the products of our collegiate development system, as is Troy Sachs, as is Stevie Welch.
Pete Sanchez is down on the sidelines. Looks like he might have some sort of cramp.
Yeah, this game taking its toll, particularly on a team that is so thin. Golden State losing a couple players to injuries down the stretch really has hurt that team. But at the same time, has challenged them and served as a motivating force, I think, going down the stretch as well.
So Pete shakes it off, and he's back, still bending over a bit.
Always hurts worse when you're down by 20.
Yeah. Very competitive and exciting first half. Dallas just too deep, too big. Sanchez gets it inside.
He's a sly old guy, that Pete Sanchez. Let me tell you, he goes over there, acts hurt, and then he brings it back and puts it up in your face. Nice.
Another good dish inside.
Nice pass by Troy Sachs.
Tree Waller. Troy Sachs. The lob pass inside. In a great 1-2 combination with the left hand. Reggie overshoots it. Here comes Gil and Sanchez.
Reggie finding himself in a very familiar position time after time.
3-on-1. Waller comes in with a foul and wants him to earn it at the free throw line. Good look at Jeff Breel. This is the first. He's played on 3 U.S. national teams, including the 1994 World Championship team. As we mentioned, he's the guy who gets down and dirty and sets the screens, plays the tough D, not a big scorer.
And those types of players really need to be applauded, you know, because without players that are willing to sacrifice for the so-called superstars of the game, they wouldn't be as great as they appear to be without players like Jeff Breel in the game.
I tell you, Trooper Johnson will be the first to tell you, without Breel, he wouldn't have gotten open several times today for some open jump shots.
That's right. Got a 3-on-2 here. Trooper Johnson again. Hits the deck. Little celebration after that pack down there by Tree Waller.
Waller got fired up after that block, and for good reason.
That looked like pro beach volleyball to me.
Boom.
Get that stuff out of here. Yep. That's what he's saying right now. It does look like it's your world now, Tree Waller.
Troy Sachs.
Stevie Welch off to the races. Little dipsy-do.
Welch makes it 77-56. 3.5 minutes to play. Mike Murphy will be on the floor after the game, talking to the winners. Dallas celebrating their first ever national championship. The Dallas Mavericks, David, as you well know, contact inside, the offensive foul. The Mavericks have been in existence since 1971. They were originally the Dallas Raiders.
Watch this pass by Troy Sachs to Reggie Colton on the run. If that is not a big-time play, I don't know what is.
We'll be back after this.
Come in and try to sell you another plan, what do they tell you? It's just as good as Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We wouldn't even consider switching from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They do their job.
You have peace of mind. That's what you're buying with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Like when my daughter was hurt a couple of weeks ago, they were asking other people who didn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, where do you work, how you, and they asked my daughter, where does it hurt?
There's something I think you should know.
You should know.
The Breast Health Center was created to help every woman take care of her body.
And everything from breastfeeding.
They offer support.
To breast self-exams.
We offer early detection services, including low-cost mammography.
They offer a chance to fight.
You have to take care of yourself, so you can take care of them.
If you have a problem,
They offer hope.
we have outstanding treatment and rehab services.
We give you options.
And dignity.
There's something I think you should know.
Fox Sports South puts on the squeeze. College baseball's toughest conference shows its stuff when the Rising Commodores meet the mighty Gamecocks. Vanderbilt versus South Carolina, Saturday at 3 on Fox Sports South.
Hold on for super bikes that scream at 200 miles per hour. Doug Chandler defends his title at Laguna Seca against rival Miguel Duhamel. The AMA Toyota Challenge, Sunday at 5:30 on Fox Sports South.
We're back. There's the scores. Trooper Johnson leading the way for the Road Warriors. The Mavs led by Colton, who's had a big second half, sacks. And Darrell Waller has a double-double, 16 points and also 14 rebounds.
The three big men for the Dallas Mavericks really come into play today, offensively particularly, as witnessed by those results. Trooper 27 points, and he's had a tough time in the second half, so you can imagine what he would have done had he been able to really get off in the second half.
Under 3 minutes to play now. The Dallas Mavericks were the #1 team at the end of the regular season the last 2 years prior to this one, and didn't even make it to the Final Four, did they?
That's right. This is their first time even appearing in a national final. That's why it struck everybody a little bit differently when they were touting 9 championships when they weren't ever able to make it until this appearance.
Well, it goes without saying, if they can keep the unit together, and in modern-day athletics, that's tough sometimes, but if they can keep these guys together, and you look at Sachs at 22 years of age,
that's
23.
Right. You just got to remember, Troy is Australian. He may be happy to stay in the United States for some time. But I know he's also trying to develop domestically the Australian game.
And a foul on Gill, the holding foul.
26 on 23, Gill, his third, team 9th.
Dallas goes to the bench. Eddie Bland back in. And Doug Jones. It's his first action of the championship game. He's in the books. Doug, 34 years of age, from Gainesville, Florida.
Doug was our press liaison in Barcelona. Was able to really get us some great coverage, excuse me, in Atlanta, not Barcelona, for the U.S. teams.
I tell you, Ron Williams, we just saw the head coach of Dallas, looks pretty calm, cool, and collected for being a guy who's a minute 44 from his first national championship as head coach.
Ron is a very well-respected man in our organization, and always mild-mannered. You're not going to see him get too excited one way or the other. But you know he's glowing inside right now.
You're right. And Reggie Colt, a chance to pad the numbers a bit. And the coach is cracking a smile.
I'm happy for Ron Williams, the Dallas organization. They've got a lot of support members on that team. They've worked long and hard, toiled through a lot of lament related to this quest to be national champion over so many years. And it's great to see the sport be in a position where we can have new faces come to the show and win at the Final Four.
82-58. Closing in on the 1 minute mark. Waller another rebound, but then Sanchez
not going to give up.
Picks his pocket. String music for Mr. Gill.
Little mustard coming off the hot dog there. But this is a time of the game where a team that's down by 20 is kind of hoping that there aren't going to be any more fouls or any delays in the game. They'd just like to slip into the locker room.
Waller given 16 rebounds to go along with those 16 points. Not a bad championship performance.
State foul number 14, Johnson is fourth. At the line for Dallas, number 15, Sachs, shoots 2.
32 seconds on the clock. A good look at the man considered the #1 player in the world right now.
Oh my goodness.
And he didn't draw iron.
Oh my goodness. He's going to be taking a little grief in the locker room for a while on that one. I do believe Mr. Sachs is even a little tired.
And Ortega will replace Troy Sachs, who walks off, wheelchair in hand. I think his wheelchair actually in that last spill, I think something happened to the tire.
Quite possibly.
And he doesn't mind sitting out the final 27 ticks.
You got Welch and Sachs over on the sideline in an embrace.
They're the roommates.
Can we get a poster of this?
Waller now 18 points, 16 boards, and a steal for the big guy. And that's it. Congratulations to Ron Williams and the Dallas Mavericks. Troy Sachs. Some people cut down the net. He wants to pull down the rim and take that back with him. They're #1. And David, you know what they feel like right now, huh?
I've been there 8 times myself, and I tell you, once you win, there's no sweeter feeling than the first one, okay? You get used to it and you want to win it every year, but that first victory is something you'll always remember. And Dallas team, from this day forward, can look back and say, no matter what we do from this point forward, we won one of them. And that's an important aspect. That's right.
All these guys have played on various teams together through the years, the United States Paralympic teams. Troy Sachs signing the autographs. He and his teammates are #1 for 1997. We'll be back to Birmingham to wrap this things up. The Mavericks are the best in wheelchair basketball.
We are there. Fox Sports News. We are there at 10. We are there at 10. Fox Sports News. Everywhere. We are there. Fox Sports News. We are there at 10.
The 49th National Wheelchair Basketball Tournament brought to you by Bell South. It's all here. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, the carrying company. Brookwood Medical Center, someone's looking out for you. Southern Progress Corporation, great books and magazines for your lifestyle. Sports Med, we make life more comfortable. And the Winfrey Hotel, the official tournament hotel of the 49th NWBT. The final, Dallas 85, Golden State 61. Doug Bell alongside David Kiley, the commissioner of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. Golden State has accepted their runner-up trophy. Paul Jackson, the head coach.
Visibly emotional time for both teams. Again, one has the opportunity to come to center stage and go away the winner, and the other has the opportunity to go to the locker room and lament and cry. But right now, the Dallas Mavericks are #1 in this organization.
Well, Dallas says it's the start of a dynasty, D-I-E-N-A-S-T-Y, a dynasty. And yeah, they were nasty at times, but man, they're just a very talented ball club. Congratulations, Dallas. For David Kiley, Mike Murphy, for all the folks at Lakeshore, from UAB, Gene Bartow, thanks for watching, everybody, and congratulations to that man, Troy Sachs and the Dallas Mavericks. They are numero uno. Goodbye from Birmingham.
The program you are watching is a paid advertisement for the...
Tired of waiting hours for one priceless sports moment? Don't bellyache about it. Run over to the phone and order the all-new video collection that goes wall to wall with nothing but the most outrageous instant replays ever. The totally...
Minimum. I'll stay with Mr. Hecht. I started the case.
How'd it go? Best man pull through?
Yeah. Lost his spleen.
I finished my rounds. Did you want me to take Dennis's patients too?
No, I'll do them.
You know, I bumped into Dr. Morgenstern, and he told me the police have ruled Dennis's death an accident. Is that what you think it was?
I think it's easier for everyone, for his family.
Yeah, easier on everyone. But that doesn't mean it's true.
Carter, why do you care what I think?
Because you and I knew Dennis better than anybody else here.
Look, I'm not your friend Keaton. I mean, I know if she was here, she would hash over this thing with you, but Carter, you know that's not me.
Peter? Ah, there you are. When it rains, it pours. Dissecting aneurysm coming down from ICU. Care to join me?
I'd love to.
Have you finished your rounds yet?
Yes, I have.
He's covering the ER.
Well, that shouldn't stop you from joining us. If you get paid, you can leave.
Why don't I tell you how to
What
do
I'm
your
asking
job,
you to
and then
do
we'll
is
see
there's
how you
some way
take
that
it.
you can expedite Charlie's foster placement. She's not going to do well in the institution. Norm agrees with me.
No, what I said was, if she gets a chance, she'll probably ditch you out of a group setting.
Well, that's why my first attempt is to locate the mother.
Hey, good luck with that.
She was last seen in Ohio over a year ago, right?
You believe that?
I don't believe Charlie wants us to find her mom. That's why she's being so uncooperative.
Such a great mom.
Well, even a bad mom can give parental consent, and that's what you need for the kind of placement you're suggesting.
If Charlie would cooperate in helping find her other relatives in Cleveland or elsewhere, she could be placed with them.
She understands that?
Yes.
Yes. But I'm the enemy.
Okay. All right, I'll give it a shot if I'm not stepping on your toes.
No, stomp away. We all want the same thing.
Jeannie, this is Dr. Fisher from Infectious Disease.
Hi.
How's the patient?
He's defervescing. Lights, chest x-ray, urinalysis were all normal. He's been conscious off and on, but delirious. He did confirm that he was working in Gabon, some sort of land survey.
I'm going to want a SED rate and an LP.
Right away?
And as far as the airline goes? Keep them on alert, but I want to get some test results before they contact passengers. I hear hoofbeats, but I haven't seen any zebras yet. Have you drawn blood cultures?
Graph is holding, finally.
Let's close.